Hey everybody, Psychosaurus is here. Welcome back to Age of Empires Online, and today I have two things in a plan. First of all, we are going to play another legendary quest, which is reclaiming the Ganges River. And second one, I want to talk about something about the Indians specifically. But yeah, let's get to the quest and I'll get to it. So this quest is actually second in line that you will play during the Kalinga's quest line, and I would say it's very easy actually. It's not that bad quest, but I seem to be wrong about something in this quest because this is my second try and for some reason something happened and I did not like it. I had to restart it, but to explain it, basically what you need to do first thing is just come over here and build a wall. That should be always true. Now, one thing I do not understand is why sometimes the enemy attacks, because to explain it to you, when you build this wall there is gonna be practically no enemy coming from the right side, which is fine. Which is fine, but at the same time you need to protect this wall because there is like usually one wave of spear, which like two spearmen, they'll attack the wall and after that you should be fine. So it shouldn't be that huge problem. But for some reason sometimes they attack the wall afterwards anyway, and I'm like confused what's going on. Maybe because I built the tower too close to it, I'm not sure. But something makes them attack the wall and I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, let's get to work. I need to start building towers here. So, the objectives. What are the objectives? You need to defeat the enemies. There are two bases in total. One is at the bottom corner, which this area is part of it. And then there's the right base, which is like this whole area, the right corner. And for the optional, you need to protect this shrine. And for that, you pretty much just need towers to be built. Okay, let me build a market. And you need like 3 towers and you should be fine. And it should be... yeah, it should be done. Basically what's gonna happen is there gonna be like few Vimanas coming from the bottom, and so you need to just protect it with your towers so they don't attack you. I'm gonna build the tower right there. But like I said, I don't understand what's making them to attack this wall. So sometimes it happened with Norse, and my suspicion would be because I was building an outpost right here, which would explain it because hey, it's a military structure, so it would make sense. But at the same time, it happened with the Indians, and that's where it confused me, like what was going on. But anyway, here we are. And it's definitely not the market because I've been doing it with the other ships, and so far it's been only the Norse and the Indians, which is why it's so confusing to me. Okay, come on, give me that. Okay, once the towers are here, make sure to watch out for the Vimanas, the arrow ships. They have a lot of health. But if you have like 2 towers, it should be fine, but 3 towers is perfect because then you don't have to pay too much attention to it right away, but hey, it does not hurt. Anyway, they should be here any minute, like 4 minutes in, they should spawn. Yeah, I see something on the minimap, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, build a few towers, you should be fine. There it is. So you can fix the tower if you want to, and it should definitely help you defend. And usually there should be like 2 spears attacking the wall. Maybe they won't do it now, and if they won't, well, that's good for me. I don't care. I don't care. They can stay where they can stay in their base as they should. But anyway, yeah, there's gonna be 3 groups of Vimanas. First 2 are only 1 Vimana at a time, and then the last one are 2 Vimanas, so that's why you need like 3 towers. And with the 2 Vimanas, you should be repairing your tower so it lasts for as long as possible. But yeah, this is a good sign. Okay, so they did not, even the spearman did not come, which is good. When I don't know if it's like caused because I built the wall real fast. Okay, there's the second Vimana 1 minute later. And then there should be another one. We'll see. But yeah, usually it's like 2 spearmen come in early. I don't know whether if I build a wall too soon and they won't come, or it's random. I have no idea. Okay, so let me mine some stone because I need it. You can drop it off. We need this tower to be ready for combat. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about, the Indians. As you know, Indians have been out for some time now, and they definitely are an interesting save as they bring something different to the unit roster. And definitely are somewhat unique, and I kind of like that about the save. Like, for example, the elephant gatherer, and like them having a lot of elephants, and so they bring a lot of splash damage to the fight. But at the same time, there are like things that I don't like about the save, because, and one of the reasons would be their balance, I guess. Because there are like few things that I seriously don't like about the Indians. And I'm just gonna talk about the units one after the other. And let's start like, okay, villagers, elephant gatherers. Elephant gatherer I think is really good unit. I think I like the way that it costs slightly more, it trains slightly faster, so if you want to maintain the production you need more than enough food to do so. And they are just slightly better, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, what do you have? Gold is like 2.72 versus 1.18, so you go like 2.36. Yeah, so it's like slightly better, let's say like 10% better, which I think it's fine. That's actually not bad, to be honest. So in my opinion, elephant gatherer is pretty fine, and if you can specialize it, for example, like I do with the wood gathering, I think it's pretty good in PvE as well. So like you can have the villagers focus on the food, then the elephant gatherer focus on the wood, and it works very nicely. So I like that unit a lot. Now let's talk about the spearman. The spearman, in my opinion, is, I would say, a little bit too strong against cavalry, but at the same time that's supposed to be the main strength, and the pierce armor from the champion upgrade is definitely a nice addition to make them last a little bit longer. But in my opinion, they are fine. Like, the spearmen are completely fine. I don't have anything against them. It's the other infantry unit that's kind of making me hate Indians, and that's the Gada warriors. And to put it simply, Gada warriors, like, I don't like them early game, and then after the champion upgrade they become super strong, and it's like they go from like the worst infantry unit to the best one, and it's like so weird. And And I feel like it's because the way they are balanced right now, because if you take a look at their stats, they have like terrible, and I'm telling you, terrible bonus against infantry. Like, come on, 1.5, that's something that Legionary has, but Legionary also has like 0.5 infantry armor, which makes them super resilient to infantry damage, while the Gadas do not have that. They are not designed that way. No way. Which is so weird, because now you have like, okay, you have anti-infantry unit, but it's not really anti-infantry. Like, sure, there is like the bonus. Their base damage is pretty high. Their base health is pretty good, I would say. But it's not like, hey, you're gonna go and kill long swordsman. You're not gonna go and kill Hypaspist. No. Oi. Get out of here. Why are you here? So they are like pretty weak. Like, look at that, like 1.5 bonus versus infantry. Oh my god, that's so low. Only 0.30 infantry armor. So like in Bronze Age, when you get them, they feel so terrible to me. Okay, they have pretty good base damage, which starts at 14 DPS, which is definitely higher than, let's say, Hypaspist. But when you put it together with the bonus damage, Hypaspist do like 25% more damage. And they cost less. Like, what is this cost? Okay, Gadas cost 35.25. Wait, is that correct? I think that is. I think that is the correct cost. Which is what, 60 resources? Hypaspists are slightly cheaper. They cost 30.25, if I'm not mistaken. And they are better. They just straight up start being a better unit. And then once you get the champion upgrade for the Gada warriors, this is where I feel like the unit is terribly designed. Because, okay, I'm not against the increased attack range. I think that's a cool feature. That's a nice one. I appreciate it. And it definitely serves its purpose. And I should be having more of this. Focusing on the economy right now. But basically, you look at this champion upgrade. Okay, the melee attack range is very nice, and you already heard me talking about it. I think it's a cool thing about them. It makes them different from all the other units. The health, like, okay, they already have like one of the highest base health bars, like, of all the other infantry units. So it kind of feels weird that you are getting even more, but okay. So they become slightly more tanky. I'm not against it. But then there's the Igno armor portion, and I'm like, I'm not completely against it, but at the same time, like 25% feels too much. Now let me explain. You heard me like always criticizing the piercing frost gear, and I feel like the Igno armor put on them is really high, and it turns the Igno armor from something that should be like, hey, your unit is being specialized against these kinds of units, and it's being turned into something like general use, so you can use it basically against any unit once they have like good amount of armory upgrades. Which is why I'm not really a fan of the amount of Igno armor you're getting from gear, or in this case the Gada warriors, because it greatly decreases the value of the melee armor upgrades. I am supposed to invest, what is this, like 375, then you get like double the amount, so 750, and then double the amount, so 1500 resources. So you invest so many resources into getting an upgrade, and you're not really getting the value out of it. Because there is a unit that's ignoring a quarter of the damage reduction. Okay, which is a lot. Like, come on, that hurts a lot. Like, I invest all of the resources to get the melee armor upgrades. Okay, I'll get it to in this case it would be like 0.6, or sorry, 0.59. So let's say it's 0.60, so it's a nice round number. And 25 of that armor is gone because there is a unit with the ignore armor. So suddenly it's like 0.45, which is only slightly better than the third tier of armor upgrade on a unit without the armor. Which feels super bad to me because, goddamn, I invested so much into this, so my unit lasts longer. But it's not really getting the value. Like, where is that value? And it's not like, you know, only against infantry units. You need to remember, this goes against every single unit. And if I include, like, hey, okay, no base armor, you go to the third tier, it's like you have only the 2 tiers. Okay, you go from 0.42 to 0.31, let's say, which is like the second tier of armor upgrade. So I've spent like, what is it, like 1500 resources. So I have a second tier of armor upgrades against a unit with the ignore armor, or basically, yeah, let's say it like this. So the unit does not really have that powerful attacks, of course. But yeah, now it's like, okay, I'm basically playing the quest without the third tier. And in case of Gada Warriors, like I said, it's going up to 0.59. It's like playing without the base armor. Like, what? That feels too good, to be honest. I'm not against, like, okay, you can have the ignore armor, but I feel like the unit should be a little bit redesigned because, goddamn, this feels like huge overkill for no reason. I should have more villagers. I was not really paying attention to my upgrades, but whatever. I need this. I can live without these. Let's live with this. But yeah, basically that's what I hate about it. Man, you're stealing my cows, how dare you?
Mama?
Okay, let's break everything. So I feel like this unit needs kind of redesign because it feels terrible in the Bronze Age as it has like such a little damage against infantry when it's supposed to be the anti-infantry unit. Am I supposed to like rely super heavily on the goddamn Bowman or what? So I will just change it, like reduce slightly the base damage down to like 12, increase the bonus versus infantry to double, so it's not like super strong in the early game, but it deals its job better, and then it becomes super strong after the champion upgrade, as it should because of the increased range. Okay, it can have the ignore armor, but I would reduce the ignore armor down to like, I don't know, like 12-15%, something like that. Okay, it's just, but something that does not like make me feel like, okay, my armor values are non-existent because goddamn this unit has ignore armor. Which is super annoying. Like, come on, I'm trying to invest into the armor upgrades and I have no value out of those because these guys have ignore armor. It feels terrible when it's so high. I'm not saying it cannot be there, but it shouldn't be that high. And while, yes, they will still have the armor, it should be still like, it makes them more anti-infantry, but with some general use aspect as well, because now you can also find not only like infantry, but also like, let's say, lancers, you do slightly better job against them because of the armor as well. So I'm trying to, if I had to design it like or change it right now, it would be like, hey, make it better against infantry at least early game, and then reduce the ignore armor so it's not so good in the late game. And you might have heard me talking about it because I've been using Gadas mainly, and I know they are like super strong units. They just do a lot of damage if you know how to use them properly. This is fine. Let's get these. Okay, I don't have this. Okay, cancel these. This is fine. Let's build a watch post. Move out of the way, cow. Okay, got them all. Okay, let's get this. We can do this. Like this. We can grab this, whatever. Let's build faster because we have everything pretty much. Okay, let's get rid of those. Grab this treasure camp. We'll just build it guardians, so I don't forget that it's there. Okay, let's do it like this. Here's the camp. Oh yeah, Gada's feel just super strong, and you can definitely feel it in Legendary Quest because goddamn, when they start with their champion upgrade already, you just need a lot more infantry units to deal with them. It's super annoying. You just need large army because they have their champion upgrade, which is super strong from the very beginning of the quest. Okay, let's keep it like this. We can do this. Move the scout over there. We can build the outpost there as well. Oh yeah, that's the Gada warriors. Then, of course, there are archery range units, which is the Bowman. I think Bowman is pretty fine. Like, mainly focus against the infantry units. I think this is okay. Nothing really needs to be changed about that unit. And it's just faster moving after the champion upgrades. So in my opinion, it's pretty fine as it is. I have definitely no complaint about that unit, although in Legendary Quest, yeah, that gear could be used. They could use a little bit different gear because goddamn, they do a lot of damage to infantry units early. But other than that, yeah, they're fine. There is no complaint about those. Now, there are rangers, and rangers... This is something I need to talk about because there was a thing I've discovered thanks to the rangers, which I wouldn't know because it would be hard to tell without them, okay? But basically, rangers, like, at first they seem pretty fine, then they get the champion upgrade, and that's where I see kind of a problem. Because they suddenly become super strong against certain group of units. And of course I'm talking about the splash damage armor they are getting from the champion upgrade. So as you know, hey, they get a lot. Okay, you can see like it goes to 0.75, which is, whew, that's huge, of course. And it would be like, okay, they are suddenly like a lot better against like catapults, ballistas, onagers, because suddenly they are taking less damage from the splash damage. And that's true, they will be taking a lot less damage. Now there is one thing I didn't know for sure, and I was thinking maybe it's not the way it would be, but there is another thing. So you know, like I said ballistas, catapults, onagers, those units, as you might already know, their projectiles are hitting not the targets but the ground. They are shooting at the ground, and once they hit the ground, it will do the splash damage in an area. But there are also units like, let's say, the Egyptian war elephants, or Celtic champions, or the Indian elephants. And in that scenario, like, the way I was thinking about how it would work is they attack the main target and they do splash damage around it. And I think I was talking about it before, and I think I was saying that the main target should be always taking the full damage or something like that. I think I said something like that. And that's the thing, it's not actually true. It's actually that the main target is also taking reduced damage from the unit with splash damage. So yes, the splash damage armor is actually reducing damage from champions, from war elephants, from berserkers. All of these units that actually hit the target, the main target, which would explain, you might have watched my Halloween video where I was using Indians and I was going for Turangas. Which one was it? Goddamn, I forgot the name. But basically it's the one with the no caravan objective, where you're going against scouts and you have to use the merchant transports to generate the gold. And in that case, yeah, you could see like wall traders coming at me, you could see champions. And I did not realize it at the time, but after like playing against the Indians with Celts, I saw it with my own eyes, like how suddenly the enemy rangers are taking like 30 damage from a fully upgraded champion. And I was like, what is going on? That looks so weird, but it made me realize, yeah, it's actually the splash damage armor working against it. And that's why, like, not only the rangers, of course, because we have the goddamn Danesh that's also here. Like, come on, 40% more resistant to splash damage. All of your units in the whole army. And then you also have the monastery upgrade that increases by the protection by 25%. Which is huge. Of course, like you put it all together with Daesh and suddenly, yeah, you can imagine, against Egyptians you're super strong, against Indians you're super strong. Let's put some units here. And it's really huge. And of course, there is the new medium armor, the craftable one, the Sesostris breastplate. That's granting you the crush armor and the splash damage armor. Which I was already talking like, this is too much. This is making the units too good against units like ballistas, catapults. Not to mention like Scorpios, of course, because you would most likely put it on an infantry unit. And if there are Scorpios, yes, it's hurting a lot less your, let's say, legionaries or something like that. So yeah, hey, I found a reason to goddamn nerf those advisors, tags, or gear that actually grants a splash damage armor, not the existing one that was before. I think that's pretty fine because they do not really give you that much, and I already took the chest. Goddamn. But stuff like the Danish, I think the monastery tech is fine, but like, let's say the Rangers could use slight nerf, because not only that you are getting from the champion, okay, it's put together with let's say the Danish. You can use it with the monastery tech, and of course it's going way higher. Okay, you saw the 0.75 with the tech, it's gonna be 0.8, and with Danish, whew, even more. I think it's like 0.88, something like that. It's like 1/3 less, something like that, I think. Yeah, let's say 0.85, which is huge, of course. And remember, it's working against every single unit with splash damage. So not war elephants, champions, berserkers, war wagons, arrow ships, ballistas, catapults. All these units will do less damage. Which is, like I said, reason why I kind of want to nerf the champion upgrade for the Rangers, and especially Danish, because Danish has already been like insane, because 15% health for all of your military units, and then you add the splash damage armor. Jeez, that's too good. Anyway, I think I'm gonna continue the rant next time, because we are done with the quest. As you could see, quite easy. Just build a wall, build this wall, build towers, build market tower next to it. Probably not too close, okay? A little bit further. Then build the towers near the shrine to make sure you're protected from the Vimanas. Build up your economy, build your army, destroy the bottom base, destroy the right base. Very easy. Treasure camps, as you could see in the right corner, there was a one. I already took it. Next one is, if you go from the right base, what is it, like northwest, and break through the northwestern wall, not the wall that you had to enter through, but the one a little bit lower, you'll get the second treasure camp. And last one is in the bottom base on this, well, it's not an island, but like, yeah, if you break through the southern base and continue to the end as far as you can, you'll find the last treasure camp. And yeah, that's all three. Good. Let's take a look at those rewards. And yeah, that was like few units, okay? I was talking like infantry, okay. So next time, yeah, we're gonna continue with the stable units, the Mahout camp units. That's gonna be it. I don't think there's a reason to like complain about the siege. I think those are pretty fine, and haven't used them too much. But yeah, these are pretty fine. Like I wouldn't complain about the siege anyway. I think that's a good part.
Seek a blessing?
Okay, so this one is 3 days, 2-star legendary quest. So you get 30 empire points, 2,000 coins, 5 2-star chests, and then for the shrine you get 500 coins and 2 2-star chests.
The gods fade.
So it's not that good for your rewards. And it's a legendary advisor, which I'm not looking for anymore. Come on. Oh god. Like, my legendary drops have been terrible lately. Goddamn, I'm so tired of this. Like, and now I'm getting legendary advisor, which is good, but at the same time, I don't want it. I don't need it anymore.
Do you seek a blessing?
Let's see what this one brings me. Okay, Blessing of the Lion, which you get after completing all the legendary quests. You get the new legendary cloth armor for your villagers.
Godspeed.
Like I said, if you want to put it on your villagers, you can. It's pretty good. And then, yeah, Walls of Cerberus. Nothing great. Well, that's nice. But anyway, I want to know your opinion, okay, about the Indians. So, tell me what you think. Let's just stick to the units I was talking about here. So, the Spears, the Gadas, the Bowman, and the Rangers. The rest I'll continue next time. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Very easy quest. Even like through the campaign, this was like stupidly boring quest. Like, you just build a wall, you build a tower, and yeah, okay, there's 2 spears. Oh, that's it. Okay, bye. Like I said, this was one of those stupidly easy quests, and goddamn, this was supposed to be level 35 quest pack, and this is one of those quests where I was like, man, this feels easier than tutorial quests. Like, come on. Like, am I playing the tutorial quest again? Come on. Yeah, it felt too easy and too terrible to me. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please press the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna continue with the rant about the Indians next time. So make sure to watch the next legendary quests, so you hear me more complaining about the Indians. But yeah, there are good things, there are bad things, okay? And there are still more things, not only the units. I need to talk about everything else as well. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!